makes it done.
Yo, this is for my Gen X, the fake hip-hop X, who had the NES, Atari, and the BMX, the Star Wars, and the next, the G.I. Joe, then Flex, the Transformer, Soundwave, and Optimus. When life is all real, not through an Oculus, my flow's innocuous. I love to keep it classic, but with the minor twist. Regardless if you think this rap is full of frauds, dropping garbage, you gotta give me credit where the credit's due. I'm 20 million miles ahead of you, wiping the residue, ignoring them quitters who be like, I'm telling you what you better do. Always got something to say, never come up with the play, never run up with the pay. On your way, underlay, I'm Kwame, pardon me, but chill, don't call me a legend yet. While I'm still alive, I got some time to get my legend back. I be on these stages while you keep it on the internet. Yo, why you drop the beat, man? I ain't even finished yet.
Let me thank you for taking time out speaking with me. My name is...
thanks for having me.
Of course, man. I've been a fan since '89, so it's a pleasure. The pleasure is all mine.
Thank you.
No problem. Let's get into it. Tell people about the new album, The Diff'rent Kids, and how it resonates to hip-hop today.
Well, this new album, The Diff'rent Kids, is more like a self-expression therapy session for myself that I decided to let other people hear. But it resonates with hip-hop because it fills a space that I don't think is being filled at all. I'm Generation X, and I feel like hip-hop, this was our thing. This is a thing that we helped build, but it doesn't speak to us anymore. A lot of times, the newer hip-hop probably repels us more than attracts us. So I felt like, why not speak from the perspective of a generation, Gen Xer, and touch on things that we are dealing with, touch on things that we know about, touch on things that give us nostalgia, and make a project for us. Not to be 40s and 50-year-olds running with little kids. We want to have fun on our own in our own space, and I think the album provides a backdrop for that. And at the same time, I hope it pushes other artists from my generation to follow suit and give us our thing. You know, I think we should have our own category, like a classic hip hop category in the Grammys and other award ceremonies and all those things, but something has to be the catalyst. So, you know, I'm trying to bring that.
I love that. You kind of answered it, but why was it important for you to release the new music now?
I think, have you ever played or seen someone play double dutch? So imagine the ropes being hip hop right now, and you want to jump in, but you got to jump in at the right time, because you jump in the wrong time, the ropes is catching you up and you knocked out. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I'm looking at it. I'm looking at hip hop, and I'm looking at the music scene like that, and it's like there's a space that I need to jump in, and fill that void because it's missing. And it was not even, that's the funny thing, it wasn't a planned thing. You know, there's a saying, you know, if you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. So for me, I'm always recording, I'm always making music, whether I'm producing somebody, whatever. I'm ready at all times. So when it was time to jump in, it wasn't like, oh, let me put my rapping hat back on and start going. It was like, nah, I'm here, let's go, boom. And so that's how I saw it.
Yeah, it makes sense. Perfect timing. And I have to say, I listened to the album, so my favorites off top, you know, at this moment are the Kwame Show, Hello Anybody, and Adulthood. But I want to know what song would you say currently is like your go-to?
You know, it's funny. 110% of adult males that I know, that I speak to, bring up adulthood. They like, when I say everybody, and the thing is even crazier, which was kind of a wake-up call for me, was when my own son called me and was like, I felt like you wrote my life in adulthood. I'm like, wait a minute, how is this your life? You my kid, how is this your life right now? You know, and he's 33, so I get it. You know, he's in a situation, and I get it, but I'm like, yo, dude, we need to talk, because that should not be your life right now. And when people listen to adulthood, they'll understand, you know. But to answer your question real quick before I jump into that, I love. There's no one particular song on the album because it's like the one album is like a kid, like a body of work. It's like it's like, do I like my kids' toes more than I like my kids' arm? Like I don't know. But adulthood, for people that don't know the album, it's a song that speaks to just you're in a relationship. You met somebody when you're in the 10th grade. You decide to be together since 2002. You work hard, you grew a home, you may have raised some kids, put them through college, or you made a home with you and this person, right? And now you feel like just chilling. You feel like sitting on the couch, playing Call of Duty, getting fat, not doing nothing. But the other person wants to elevate. The other person wants to go back to school. The other person wants to get a better job. And now they are shaming you for not being on their level anymore. And it causes so much tension in the home. You can't tell me that a long-term relationship has never gone through that. You know what I'm saying? So that's the perspective that I'm coming from on a lot of stuff on this album. I'm coming from that adult perspective.
I agree. Yeah, when you think about it with some of the other songs, and then you told us pretty much in these answers, but tell everybody why they need to download and stream the Diff'rent Kids if they haven't already.
Well, the good thing about the Diff'rent Kids is since you haven't heard from me in a long time or whatever, and you may be weary, maybe I don't know why, but but if you may be weary, it's a 27-minute, very compact album. Each song goes together. It's like more like a concept than just an album where you like this song or that song. The songs blend together, and if you really like, this is the great commute album. Like if you got 30 minutes to get from here to there, pop this album in and listen to it, because lyrically I'm really saying some stuff, and musically, and it's like I said, it's for my generation, for our generation, and I'm pretty sure a younger generation can respect it, but I'm not here to talk to them right now. I'm here to talk to us. And that's why I think you should get it. Download it, stream it as many times as you can, because the more you do it, the more you stream it. It also shows that our generation's music is viable as well. We always hear about the Drakes of the world with 1 billion streams and everything. I'm not asking for that. But what I'm saying is, let's show up. Let's show up as a generation and listen to some good music. And if it's not my album, it could be MC Light's album. It could be LL Cool J's album. It could be people from this generation. Show up. It's not hard. It's free. It's not like I'm asking you to go out and spend, not yet, but I'm not asking you to spend $10.99 on an album. Open up your whatever you choose to listen to your music on and just check it out. 27 minutes can't hurt.
I love that. I love the perspective. Let's switch gears real quick. Kwame the Boy Genius was honestly one of my favorite, and I'll say tapes, because that's what I had when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Take us back to that time. What were you trying to bring to hip hop as a new artist at that time?
Yo, you know what's so dope? And I'm not super plugging the new album, but the way I felt then is how I felt now. So back then, 1989, before while I'm recording it, I'm a 15, 16-year-old kid, and I didn't know what to expect. I just wanted to express myself the way I am as a person. And I wasn't trying to follow a trend. There was no record executive on top of me saying, you got to make a record like this, and you got to do this, and you got to wear this and act like that. I was being unapologetically me. And for the first time in 36 years of making records, I feel that way again. I don't have those pressures. So that's what I was feeling. And at 15, 16, making those records, there was a lot of things that went to waste. I was cutting class to write songs. I was not paying attention to things that was happening in the family. Like, I wasn't watching TV. I was focused. I was laser focused as a kid to record this body of work. And now with this album, I'm the same way, and if that's a great feeling because you don't normally in life. It's rare that you get a moment in your later life that reminds you and makes you feel like how you felt in your earlier life. So, yeah, it's a complete parallel for me.
I love that. Yeah, the polka dot era. It was an era. I love
Yeah,
that time.
yeah, yep. And it wasn't a gimmick. It wasn't planned.
Right.
It wasn't
It didn't
anything.
come
It
out
was
like
kids expressing themselves. It wasn't kids saying that they had to go to Gucci and buy something or Dior. Or, we didn't have no. We were kids. We didn't have $1,200 for a pair of sneakers and a backpack or whatever. And no one told us what to wear. No one told us how to wear it. No one told us how to dance. No one told us how to talk. No one told us how our hair should be. And that was a magical time because anytime like after that, we started getting told what to do and how to be and what we supposed to be like and what we're supposed to listen to. You ain't gangster if you ain't blah blah blah. Like nah. So that's where my headspace was then and is now.
I feel that. That's love. Who are some of your favorite hip hop artists and producers you rock with today that you feel bring something fresh to hip hop?
Today. Well, disclaimer: all the artists that I listen to that I love are no longer with us on this planet. So I'm a heavy I'm heavy into Prince and except for Stevie Wonder. Stevie Wonder gets played all day, every day. But I'm like Prince, John Coltrane, Miles Davis, King Pleasure, Ella Fitzgerald. That's usually my kind of playlist. But if I had to listen to hip hop people, I like outside of Doechii because she's like all over the place.
Yeah.
There are people that I see online that may not be super big. Like there's a kid out of California named La Russell that I really like.
Okay.
There's a kid out of Houston named Norman Sam that I really like. Then I like MF Doom. And but like I said, he's no longer with us. So it's weird. It's like I listen. Then there's a group. They're not hip hop, but there's a group named Salt out of the UK that I like to listen to. But then I listen to Billy Joel and the Beatles.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like my musical thing is not. It's not hip hop, and it's funny. My wife was like, she was like, she got in the car because usually when we're in the car listening and stuff, it's that kind of stuff that I just named, the older music. But the new Grand Puba album was on in the car. She was like, "So this is what you do when I'm not in the car. This is when you listen to all your rap. You listen to your rap when I'm not in the car." And I'm like, "Hey, I'm just this is what I'm rocking today." So yesterday was Grand Puba's new album.
Yeah, that's what's up. And then you are a pioneer. So as one yourself, I'm interested in knowing like what is like in your top 5 to 10, not 5 to 10, 3 to 5 of all hip hop albums. What would you say is just like on your list?
Oh, for hip hop albums?
Yeah, at least 3.
Oh well, 3 Great Adventures of Slick Rick, number 1.
Oh yeah.
3 Feet High and Rising, De La Soul. Man, I got it's either Paid in Full, Follow the Leader. I can't pick between Paid in Full and Follow the Leader by Rakim, Eric B. and Rakim, or Long Live the Kane by Big Daddy Kane. You're killing me, man. But then there's MF Doom, and Mad Villain. I love that album.
Okay, yeah.
So I don't know, man. Then there's 36 Chambers. Then there's like.
Hey, you gave us at least 3. That's what's up. 3
class.
Yeah. And then I couldn't speak with you without asking what's the latest with Vivian Green. She's one of my favorites.
Yes.
Amazing with her. So what's going on with her?
I am in the beginning phases of album number 8. So we are trying to make a decision. Viv comes to me with a new version of the album that she wants to make every week, and it's killing me because I'm like, yo, look, lady, make up your mind, because so it's either going to be one of three things or all three things at the same time.
Okay.
One is going to be a live album because she believes, and it's the truth, if you've ever seen Vivian perform, she is a better vocalist than she was in, say, 2002, 2003. It was also an album that she recorded that I think it's called The Green Room. She recorded, and at that time she had like nodes on her vocal cords. So she, even though she did the album well, she knew that she was singing at 75% for that album. So she wants to be able to give people that experience, because when we're on stage, because I go on stage with her, when we're on stage, like, she goes in. And I think she wants to give people that live experience. So that's album one idea, and we're actually rehearsing for that now.
Okay.
Album two ideas, the typical new album, putting new records together, and I'm making music for that now as well. And then she came up to me with an album of she wants to do like a cover album of songs, and maybe this is a mixtape, not an album, but a cover of songs that just her interpretation of songs that people may not have thought. I don't want to say it I'm not saying it in a mean way, but there are songs out there that are big records or timeless records that aren't necessarily about the vocals. It's just about the song. It's about the melody or whatever. So she wants to take simple songs like that, and transform them and make them about the vocals and make them bigger than what the simplicity of the original version was. So I'm just like, yeah, okay, you just put me to work in like 5 different ways, and I'm trying to promote an album at the same time. So that's where we are with Viv.
Real cool. I'm looking forward to whatever y'all do. I'm gonna be right there.
Yeah. No, we're in the beginning stages, and once we start to really lock in, it's a smooth sail from there.
Yeah, no doubt. And then outside of the new album and Vivian and everything else going on with you, what's next?
So, if anybody knows me, and you can see some of the stuff in the background, I'm like an avid toy collector, and I also am a part owner of a toy company. We produce toys. Like I got pull it here, like we've got Kwame figures and stuff like that people have been buying, and so the name of the company is called LBO, Let's Be Onyx, and it's a collective of Black creators and designers, and we come together and we want to make toys that have people that represent us on the shelves, and in all types of facets. So that's like a passion of mine. And when I want to get away from dealing with some music stuff, I'm in toy meetings and dealing with tariffs from China, and dealing with Chinese factories and interpreters, and like seriously all the way in it. And one of the first things that we have up for pre-order right now, there is a classic. The very first hip hop comic book was a comic book called Rappin' Max the Robot. So what we did was take that character Rappin' Max and we turned him into a toy. So if you go to letsbeonyx.com, that's letsbeonyx.com, letsbeonyx.com, you can see that Rappin' Max toy, and it's up for pre-order. And even cooler than that, if you see my new album cover, there are different versions of me on the album cover, and we're going to make little figurines of each of those versions and sell it as like an album bundle. So I think I'm probably going to announce it by the end of this week. I'm going to show the first figurine with the vinyl, and you can buy the figurine in vinyl or the figurine and a CD. So that's going to be one of the products that come out of the toy company as well. So yeah, I'm trying to do a million things at one time.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to that. We definitely need more of that, like you said. Just
Yeah,
for our.
it's just about representation. You go into the, like, just say you go into the boys toy aisle and you just see GI Joe and Star Wars and Superman and Batman, but you might see Black Panther maybe over here in the corner, or Black
Exactly.
Spider-Man over here in the corner. I just want to have more representation for
No,
us.
definitely good luck with that. And then before we wrap, is there anything else you want to share, leave with your fans?
I'm just so happy to be back in this environment. I'm appreciative for you that take the time, to talk to me. You could be doing anything right now, but you decided to give me a shot and talk.
Right.
And I appreciate that. And, just check out the album, The Diff'rent Kids. There's two videos out, one for a song called Hello Anybody, and another video for a song called Miss Mary Mac. Check them out. You might say, oh, the boy still got it. You know what I'm saying?
You
So,
do.
just having fun with it.
Love it. Well, again, I want to thank you for taking time out speaking with me. My name is Aries. I've enjoyed speaking with you again.
Well, you're
Again,
Aries. I'm an Aries. So what's up, Aries?
exactly. I'm always looking forward to what you do next. So, continued success, man. You have a good one.
All right, you as well.
Thank you.